Hey YouTube, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have come to tell you that I've broken my rule. Okay, let's get into it. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are a frequent visitor and or subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me wrap up the month of May as we kind of slide on out of here with I broke my own rule. I know I've been in a no-buy fountain pen journey this year, and actually for the most part, I shouldn't say no buy, really kind of a low buy, kind of like trying to get myself together for this trip that's coming up. And I think I've finally got to a point where I'm okay with kind of unleashing the harness a little bit on my no buy stance, so it's going to be a low buy. I've been buying lowly on stationery. I've kind of revved up on the whole plotter refills and kind of tweaking that system to get to a solution before I actually take a dive off and do the full potential buy on the cover with the Woozy that I bought. And I've been talking about that a lot, and this is the red one that I got from Amazon that's a little bit more budgetary friendly than going all off on the plotter. And really, when you kind of combine these things, I still am not at a cost for the Bible size for the plotter, just the cover itself. These two things are still less than one plotter cover in and of itself. So I've done well there. These both work for me. They both have their applicable purposes. This one's way thicker than this one. I'm really enjoying throwing this one into my EDC bag and just taking it with me on the go. So no changes with plotter. Haven't bought any other things that are definitely, I would say, plotter specific, meaning the inserts, etc. I don't have the lifter with the pin holder, but I'm okay with that. I tend to carry my fountain pens separately in a case by themselves anyhow, so I'm okay with that. All right, so today I wanted to say that I've gone ahead and I've done a purchase of a pen. Really wrapping up quickly. FY25. Oh my God, I'm so fiscal year focused right now. I'm sorry about that. My art pen. This is the one that I said that the nib unit was really disappointing. Well, I switched out the nib unit from my Bordeaux colored one and put it in here. Kind of working out and kind of not. I don't know if it's because I've got an air bubble in my ink converter because it kind of belches on me, or if I really do just need to buy a new pen unit. But it is writing much smoother with me swapping out the nib. I still might just get a new dedicated nib for this pen, but I am really loving utilizing this actually for the first time since I bought it last year, and I really haven't written with it because that nib unit that was originally in it was so horrible that I'm really kind of disappointed that there's not slightly better quality control on some of the nibs that come out of Kaweco, but I still love the brand and I still will always get Kawecos. But be that as it may, this one is finally in play and it got inked up the previous weekend by the time you see this one, so that I'm actually writing with that. Little update on that one. Let's get into the other part of the of this video that I think that everybody's probably waiting for, which is the new pen. So I did buy a new pen, and yes, it's another Kaweco. I know I'm usually kind of like, you've got one, you've got 3,000, but this one is a little bit different from the brand itself. And if anybody can tell that this one is a little bit special because it doesn't come in your traditional box. This one comes with a cardboard box on the outside with a lot of scrolly stuff on it and a round case. So that tells you that is something different. What I have here is the Kaweco. I like how they did the little scrolly thing. The Kaweco, I'm going to try to get this off. I kind of jacked up my pinky, and I don't know how. Hold on just a second. It's coming. It's just slow and agonizing. Okay. I bought the Kaweco piston, and I unfortunately was not able to get the ink that came with it, but this comes with a nice Kaweco sticker. the history of Kaveco and I think this is the guarantee warranty, and a little bit about the history of the company. Comes with this little pamphlet that kind of accordions out. And with that comes the new piston filler. Now, the great thing about this pen is I just didn't buy this online. I actually saw this in person at DC, at the Jenny Bick store in DC. And the good thing about being in store and buying a fountain pen is that you actually get to test it out before you walk away with it, or you don't have the hassle, hopefully, of going back and forth with the reseller and like trying to swap it out because of the quality of the nib. So this one I actually did get to write with. This pen, as you can tell, has a ink window, which is new for Kaveco. Most Kaveco sports, like this one, do not have any kind of ink window at all. So you're just kind of blind as to when you're running out of ink. But this one is a piston filler, and it has a pretty gold stainless steel nib. This is an extra fine nib, and it's a piston filler. So the piston filler happens here at the end cap, and it is, you have to screw this off, and then you have this filling mechanism. And I think hopefully you guys can, I'm going to see if I can focus in on this. You can see that. I think it's got Kaveco in it where you can see it in that. I'm not exactly sure. Let me just zoom this down so I can actually look on camera with you. I think it has like the scrolls. So it's kind of got this kind of decoration thing in the piston filler knob. It's like a flower thing. So in here, and hopefully the window is showing up quite well. If you, oops, let me see here. Let me see if I can get the focus to come down here. If you turn this down, I think you might be able to see the top. There you go. There's the top of the piston coming into the window, and there's that. So because this is a piston filler, and I'm sure I can probably take off the nib unit, but it's brand new and I've already kind of dipped the pen. I'm going to try out two different inks that I've had in my stash. I was in my little Delphonics bag where I keep all my like ink sampling supplies and discovered this stash of inks that I threw in there. Sorry, you guys can't see that. The stash of inks that were in there, and there's two Diatramentis inks that I really wanted to try. Okay, that is Color Traveler. So there, I've got, oops, that's not it either. One of them is Urban Gray, and the other one is Mouse Gray. And I don't remember what these ink swatches look like, so I'm going to re-swatch the inks, and then I'm going to put one of these inks into the piston filler and carry that around with my Woozy tab planner. So I'm going to just go here to the May Currently Inked. In the month of May, I'm going to just zoom in here really quick. A lot of my inks ran dry. So the Kaveco Bronze, it actually ran dry. The Porceo actually ran dry, but I kind of keep that one constantly going with Faber-Castell Carbon Black ink. The Kaveco Art, I put in Lee de Tay, so this one got inked up with Lee de Tay ink, and I switched out the nib unit, like I said, for my Bordeaux, which was a medium. I took off the nib unit of this one, which was an extra fine that just was not writing very well. And then I still have everything else pretty much. Oh, my Sailor Moon, this one also, I ran this one dry. So this one ran dry as well. So that is toast. I got rid of that one. And I actually, no, I didn't. I switched this one out and put it in the Jinhao. I put the ink into the Jinhao. So I still have that one, but the actual pen at that time for the Sailor pen is out. Everything else is still kind of currently inked. I did switch out, like I said, the nib unit for the Leonardo Momento, the Prungla Plum. I did switch that one out with another nib unit from a Leonardo pen, so that one's writing much better as well. So let's go ahead and swatch out these two Diatramentis gray inks. Just want to make sure I got only one page. This is an old Hobonichi notebook that I had, so I think this has the old Tomo River paper in it, so I know it's not going to be exactly the same, but I do find the Midori paper and the plotter to be the best paper. I was using regular, I think, HP copy paper, and it was just horrible. So I just want to swatch out what this mouse gray looks like versus the urban gray. And to do so, I'm going to use the Hireko pen that I have. And this one has the Fude nib. And let me just get this here so you guys can see it has this slight upturn of the Fude nib. So I'm going to just use that one in here and stick this into here like this. And again, this is just for me to get an idea of what the color looks like on this. So let's just bring that. I'm going to move some stuff to the side so I don't knock anything over, because that would just be my luck. Okay, this gray is absolutely, oops, gorgeous. It is a more darker, richer, like true kind of gray. So this is Diatramentis. And this is mouse gray. I mean, it is a true gray. There's no blue in it. It's more, it's probably one of the best grays I've seen in a long time, because it's not fake at all. Apricot. Rinse this out with some water here. Just make sure I have the nib unit clean. And now I'm going to try, oops, sorry, focus issues. Diatramentis Urban Gray. And I expect this one to have a little bit more tinge of something, but this is Urban Gray. And yeah, this one is more like a brownish gray. Beautiful color though. So it's more like, which color am I going to prefer to write with? And I think for the purposes of this, I think I'm going to go with the mouse gray. I think I just like the purity of that gray ink, but this urban gray is really pretty. Maybe more towards fall. I'll write with that one. So let's zoom up, and I'm going to now go ahead and put it into this piston filler. Let me just move this water to the side so I don't knock that over. And I forgot to grab my inkwell holder, so I will just use an old tape holder just in case. And let me just put this nib unit around array as well. And let's get this one inked up. Yeah, it's inking in right really easy. I think the larger capacity for anybody, oops, yep, I've got it inked. See the ink going in there. I don't know how much I have in here still. Oh, not a lot. Let me go ahead and go back down and come back up again. See if I can get a fuller feel. It'll be nice to have this one inked up with a Diatramentis ink, because they're pretty water resistant. I wouldn't say they're completely bulletproof, but better than most. And yeah, whatever I have in here should work quite nicely. I'll put the cap back on. And I can tell by looking at this, it's not 100% full, but that's okay. And I'll put the blind cap back on here as well. And we'll do an official writing sample. Let's just make sure I got all the ink off of the pen. I really did like the experience with this extra fine. Of course, it being a Kaweco Sport, you do probably need to post it. I like the fact that it's an AL. Let me just bring this back out here. I like the fact that it's an AL because it has a nice weight to it. And let's see what that ink looks like on the Midori paper in the Woozy. Kind of dedicated a sheet back here for ink samples, so I kind of know what it looks like on this Midori paper. And let me just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. Oh, this is such a nice writing experience. I'm not going to do the world's biggest swatch because the paper's only so big, but it's very nice. So this is the Kaweco AL Sport with the piston filler in extra fine, which I've been trying to get a good extra fine nib from them, as you know. And so this is the Atramentis. And this was mouse gray. Oh, guys, this pen is, I'm not trying to enable anybody, but if anybody's looking for a Kaweco that finally has some ink capacity, this is a winner. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. All right, that's it. Let's do the quick brown fox. Jumps over the lazy dog. All right, I'll bring this up so you guys can see this. Let me zoom out and then I'll just bring it closer to the camera. And that is what the writing sample looks like. And it looks really, really good on this plotter paper. Oh, I'm happy. All right, so, I did notice, just kind of pulling this off, try to pull your cap off straight out. Don't twist because it will make the end cap, it will untwist the end cap. So just be mindful of that if you get one of these. This is such a good pairing. Look at that. That's going to look so nice. If I ever get a real plotter cover, it's going to look even better. But it matches. Almost everything matches pretty well with the Woozy cover. And I am actually starting to like this color, even though it's not to me a true blue. It looks more teal in real life. I still like it. And I might not get a plotter cover because this is working for me right now the way it is. So that's it. I just wanted to let you know I broke my own rule of no buy, went with low buy, and bought myself one fountain pen, which I feel like this year I've gotten 2 fountain pens overall, and my desire not to go too crazy. August is still pending with the DC Pen Show, but given what's going on with the trip, I think that, like I said, I think it's going to be more nib honing focused this year than it is actually buying fountain pens, although I could walk away with 1 or 2. But that's it. I mean, that's what my initial thoughts are at this point, subject to change. I'm only human. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you liked the content of this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. Otherwise, until next time, stay safe. Talk to you later. Bye.